For today. If you'd like to have a strap, you can also use a strap. We're going to do similar to what we did last week, Regina, so it'll seem a little bit similar for you. If you'd like, you can grab a block and have a seat on that block. We won't start with a child's pose today. So just having a seat on the block. You can also have a seat just on the floor. Sitting on the block allows your hips to open up just a little bit. From here, draw one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Does not matter which one. Maybe close your eyes, lengthening your spine, your crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Focus here on your breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Filling your belly, ribs, and lungs. Hold it at the top. Full exhale, lungs, ribs, and belly. Continuing with that same breath, expanding in all dimensions. I can't talk this morning. Deep inhales, exhales, letting every last bit of breath go. On your next breath, filling all the way to the top. When you get there, seal your lips, hold it, full exhale, in and out through your nose. Sealing your lips, allowing you to create heat within your body. With that one more time with just your breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Gently release your hands towards your knees. Round your spine, coming into cat in an easy pose, bringing your gaze towards your navel. Inhale as you bring your hands to your hips. Pull your shoulder blades back. Gaze up. Deep inhale. Exhale as you round your spine, hands towards your knees. Draw your hands back towards your hips. Gaze up. Deep inhale. Coming into seated cow. Exhale as you come through cat. Once more, just like that. Hands towards your hips. Deep inhale. Pull the shoulder blades together and exhale as you round your spine, bringing your hands towards your knees. Gently come back through center, lengthening your spine. Sweep your arms up high overhead. From here, bend your elbows, lift your gaze, spread your fingertips wide, open up your chest. Inhale, come back through center, gaze is forward, arms overhead. Bend the elbows, lift the gaze. Split 2 more times through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw those shoulder blades down. Imagine you have a pencil between your shoulder blades. You want to keep it there. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale, bend. Gaze up. Inhale, bring your gaze back forward, arms overhead. If you're having a seat on that block, gently release that block off to the side. My washing machine is very loud. Close the door, you guys can't hear that. If you're having a seat on the block, go ahead, set the block off to the side. Having a seat onto the floor, you can put right over left over right, your choice. It's not matter. We'll switch in just a moment. Draw your arms up high overhead. Draw your elbows wide behind your head. From here, coming in to cat. Draw your elbows in. Inhale, open. 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. 1 more time. Exhale, close. Inhale, hold it open. Draw your right elbow to your right knee. Rise up. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Rise up. Right elbow to right knee. Deep exhale. Inhale, rise. Left elbow to left knee. Inhale, rise. Twist, look over your right hip. Back through center. Twist over the left hip. 1 more time each side. Twist over the right hip. Through center, twist over the left hip. Come back through center. Place your left hand by your left knee. Draw your right knee on top of your left. Maybe walk your hand in more in line with your left knee. Inhale, lengthen, coming to extended side. Reaching your right arm, right leg, long in opposite direction. From here, gently rise up, stacking your shoulders over your hips. You can pivot your left toes. Release your right hand down. Stretch that left side body. Stretch your left fingertips. Lower your torso, walk past your right toes. Back through center. Release your left hand down. Pivot your left foot. Come on down and have a seat, switching sides. So if you have the right foot in front, place the left foot and vice versa. Inhale, rise up. Be one cactus. Bend your elbows, lift your gaze. Come back through center. Draw your elbows wide behind your head. Give me 4 cat and cows. Draw the elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, open for cow. Exhale, close. Once more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Crunch left elbow to left knee. Rise up. Right elbow to right knee. Rise up. One more time each side. Left side. Inhale, lengthen, come back through center. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Twist, look over your left hip. Come back through center. Twist, look over your right hip. Come back through center. One more on each side. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back through center. Place your hand to the side of your right knee. Draw your left knee over your right. Lift your hips up. Coming to a side plank. You can reach your left arm up high. You can also extend it out long. Pivot your right toes. They're behind your right hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your left hand down your left leg. Your right arm high. Holding here and breathing. And come back. We're going to find a tabletop position. So from here, wrist stacked under your shoulders, knees under your hips. From here, tuck your toes and draw your hips towards your heels. Nice calf stretch, pressing your hips back. Looking forward, untuck your belly, paddle out your toes. Let's do a few cat and cows here in tabletop, so bringing your gaze back to your thumb and index finger. Tuck your toes, hammock your belly, lift your gaze, deep inhale. On your exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine, press the earth away. Inhale, tuck your toes, lift your gaze. Exhale, untuck your toes. Back to neutral spine. From here, spiral your fingertips towards the outer edge of your mat. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe forwards and backwards. Gently come back to center. You're welcome to hold it here. You can rotate your fingertips towards any angle facing your knees, or just hold them towards the outer edges. Maybe continuing to rock forwards and backwards wherever you're at, or just holding. To center, bring your fingertips back to the top of your mat. Starting with the right hand, flip your right palm up towards the ceiling, left palm down. Hold it here, maybe rotate side to side, maybe forwards and backwards. See what feels good on your right wrist today. Coming back through center, flip your right palm down, left palm up. Hold it here. Rock side to side, maybe forwards and backwards. To the floor. From here, we're going to push ourselves back to a child's pose. So draw your knees wide, sink your hips in towards your heels, resting your forehead onto the floor, maybe gently rocking your forehead side to side, releasing your neck. Just letting everything press in towards the floor. When you're reaching your fingertips further in front of you. You rock forward, Keeping your heels in towards your glutes, stacking your shoulders back over your hips. You walk your hands up, palm print forward if you need to. Leave your elbows tucked in, lower down for 3, 2, and 1. Extend your legs with your wrists directly under your shoulders. Press it, the mini cobra. Release down. One more time, mini cobra. Your hands towards your lowest rib cage. Press that full cobra. If you'd like to come into up dog, you can lift your thighs, pressing into the top choice portion of your feet, gazing up towards the ceiling. Up dog or cobra. Gently gaze over your left shoulder. Come back through center, over your right. Back through center. Press yourself back to child's pose. Sinking your hips towards your heels. Fingertips out long in front. Walk your hands over to the left side of the mat. Feeling that deep stretch all along the right side body. Hold it here for the exhale. Your hands over to the right side. Feeling that deep stretch, this time along the left side body. Find your tabletop again. So stacking your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, lengthen your left arm high. Gaze up. Exhale, sweep that left arm under and through. Right side body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your left arm all the way under and through the right side body. Option to extend your right arm if you'd like. Maybe extend your right leg. Holding here and breathing. Gently walk your right hand back on your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Left arm high. Exhale, drop back on your left shoulder. Extend your right leg if it isn't already extended. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that right leg over your left hip. Your left shoulder. Let's do that one more time through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross your right foot over your left foot. Over your left hip and your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, keep that right leg straight back. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step through your palms, coming into a low lunge. Hands can be on the floor, or hands can be on a block. Place your left hand to the inside of your right foot on the floor or on a block. Reach your right arm high. Circle out your wrist. Circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Keep your right arm high. Rise up. Draw your right hand to the back side of your left thigh. Left arm reaches up. Kneeling, exalted warrior. Press your hips forward. The exhale. Gently cartwheel your hands down, framing your right foot. We're going to pivot our left foot so it's towards a horizontal edge of our mat. Spiral your left arm up, open up, kneeling, warrior 2, pressing into that right knee. Extend your arms out long. Holding here and breathing. Chest is lifted. From here, come into extended side angle. You can hover that right hand. You can draw your right hand down to the floor or to a block. You can gently place that right elbow onto your right knee. Open up, warrior 2. Gently release your left hand down to the floor or to a block. Reach your right arm high and back. Reverse warrior in your kneeling stance. Gently rise up, come through warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, framing your right foot. Draw your left foot back so your hips are in line. With hands on the floor or on blocks, we're going to straighten that right leg. Flex your right toes to release your quad. You're welcome to stay as high as you'd like, hands on the floor, hands on blocks. When you're ready, if you like, you can fold forward, bringing your nose towards your knee. With your right leg straight, place your hand to the inside of your right foot. You can also place it on a block. I like to bring my forearm down, reach your right arm high. Come into kneeling revolved pyramid. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent, right arm high, left arm down. Gently release your right hand down to the floor. Set the block off to the side if you use one. Bend back into that right knee, coming into a low lunge. Place your hands on the floor. We're going to slide that right leg back. From here, we're going to lower down, just like a chaturanga. Keeping that right leg extended, rise up. Press back into tabletop. Let's repeat that same flow with the right leg. I'm just moving side so I can face you all when I open up. So from here, inhale, lengthen, reach your right arm high. Exhale, draw it under and through the left side body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sweep. Pulling that right arm all the way under and through. Maybe just releasing your right ear or cheek to the floor. You can extend that left leg long if you'd like. Maybe extend your left arm. Holding and breathing. If you have your left arm extended, go ahead and draw it back under your left shoulder. Reach your right arm high. Gently release your right hand down. So you're in a tripod position, both hands down, right knee down. Inhale, lengthen. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that left side to the outside of your right ankle. Gently looking over your right shoulder. Maybe you see your foot. Inhale, lengthen, kick it straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, kick it straight back. Squeeze your glute. Exhale, rainbow over. You can rock towards the heel edge of your left foot. You want to deepen that sensation of that stretch. You can also rock to your toes or the ball of your foot. For one more breath, wherever you're at. Now kick that left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Draw your left foot in between your palms. Feel free to use blocks here at any height on either side of that left foot. Placing your right hand to the inside of that left foot on the floor on a block. Reach your left arm high. Circle out your left wrist. Circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Inhale, lengthen. Draw that left arm back to the outside of your right thigh. Reach your right arm up. Exalted kneeling warrior. Hold it for the exhale. Cartwheel your hands down. From here, we're going to pivot that right foot to the horizontal edge of our mat. We're going to spiral that right arm up, open up, kneeling warrior two. Bend into that left knee. You can adjust your stance by walking that left foot forward if you like, or bring it further in, your choice. Holding here and breathing. My dogs can find me. From here, come into a kneeling, extended side angle. Left hand towards your left thigh, right bicep to right ear. You can also reach your left hand down. You can hover it, your choice. Really stretch those right fingertips long past the crown of your head. Inhale, lengthen, cartwheel your right hand down to the floor or to a block. Draw your left arm high. Feeling that deep stretch all on the left side body, really opening up that left hip here. Inhale, rise. Pivot over towards your left foot. We're going to pivot that right foot, bringing it back vertically with your mat. Maybe grab blocks. We're going to straighten that left foot. Left knee, flex your left foot, press your hips back. Coming into kneeling pyramid. You are welcome to stay as high or with a flat back. Fold forward as much as you'd like. Maybe trying to bring the crown of your head towards your toes. Like when I use blocks, it always obstructs your view. Holding here and breathing. You are more than welcome to stay here in kneeling pyramid. If you want to play and come into revolved pyramid, you can place a block to the inside of your left foot or just place your hand on that block. I like to bring my right forearm down and reach your left arm high. Maybe one side's different than the other. I'm always a little bit more wobbly on this side. And you guys know I always say, you're not trying if you're not falling. It's okay to fall. Hold it here for the breath. Exhale, coming out of your revolved pyramid. If you're already in pyramid, we'll meet you there. Place your hands on either side of your left foot. Bend into that left knee. We're going to kick that left leg straight back. So we're back into our tripod, holding that left leg up, keeping your elbows tucked in, lower down, slow chaturanga, just like a tripod. Gently release the left foot, rise up, full cobra or up dog. Come back to your tabletop. Bump the hips side to side. All right, let's do that one more time through a little bit faster, moving breath to movement on both sides. So coming back to our tabletop, we'll take out the thread, the needle. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. Nope, lengthen your right leg, my goodness. Draw your knee to your nose. Kick it back. Exhale, draw your right foot over that left hip, looking over your left shoulder. Do this just one time. Inhale, lengthen, kick that right leg straight back. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step your right foot in between your palms. Keep your left hand on the floor or on a block inside your right foot. Sweep your right arm high. Circle out your right wrist. Circle out your shoulder forwards and backwards. Inhale, lengthen, rise up. Draw your right hand to the inside of that outer left leg. Left arm sweeps up, kneeling exalted warrior. Really pressing into those hips, press that right knee forward. Exhale, cartwheel down. Pivot your left foot to draw it horizontal. Open up, warrior two. I always need to walk my right foot forward, bend into that right knee, kneeling warrior two. On your exhale, come into extended side angle, right hand hovering on your right thigh or down to the floor. Left bicep to left ear. Inhale, rise up, reverse your warrior, left hand down to the floor. Right bicep to right ear, still bending deep into that right knee. Opening up that right side body. Inhale, rise, cartwheel down over your right knee. Pivot your left foot so your hips are squared. Straighten that right leg. Use blocks if you'd like. Hold it here, maybe walk your hands back or hold them close towards your heels. Then we fold forward or stay as high as you'd like. You're welcome to stay here in kneeling pyramid. If you want to come into revolved kneeling pyramid, maybe grab a block to the inside of your right foot. I like to place my left forearm down, reach your right arm high. Just as we would in a standing position, with your left hand down to the inside of your right foot and right arm high. Gently release that if you're in revolved pyramid, coming back to pyramid. Bend deep into that right knee. Place your hands on the outside of that right foot. Step your right foot straight back. Back to that tripod. Keep that leg lifted. You can also lower it down at any time. Keeping the elbows tucked in, lower down, slow and controlled. Once you get there, lift up. Come back to tabletop. All right, let's do that on the left side. Taking out, thread the needle from here. Inhale, lengthen, kick your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that left foot to the outside of your right ankle. Gently looking over your right shoulder. Maybe you see your left toes. Inhale, lengthen, kick it straight back. Point the toes. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step your left foot in between your palms. Hold it here. Option to place a block on the inside of your right foot or your right hand on the floor. Inhale, lengthen with your left arm high. Circle out your wrist. Circle out your shoulder. Forwards and backwards. Reach your left arm high. Draw it back towards your right thigh as you sweep your left arm high. Coming to kneeling exalted warrior. Press your hips forward. Bending deeper into that left knee. Your gaze can be forward. You can gaze up. Gently cartwheel down. From here, pivot your right foot to bring it horizontal with your mat. Maybe walk your left foot forward. Cartwheel your arms open. Come into kneeling warrior two. Really bend into that left knee. No difference if you're just holding your hips stacked versus banging into that left knee. Yes, feel that difference. Come into extended side angle. Left arm hovering. Option bring your left arm down. Release it down to the floor on your thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Release your right hand down the floor. Reverse your warrior. Still bending into that left knee, so don't let that knee come closer to your hip. Keep that bend in that knee. Notice the difference. Inhale, lengthen. Cartwheel back over your left foot. Pivot your right toes so your hips are squared. Oop, my knee just popped. Option to use blocks here if you'd like, or placing your hands on the floor. We're going to press our hips back, straighten our left leg, flex your left toes. You can stay as high as you like, bringing your hands on blocks, or you're welcome to fold forward at any time. Whatever feels comfortable for you today. You're welcome to stay here in pyramid. Kneeling pyramid. If you want to add on, want to play, you can place a block to the inside of your left foot, right hand or forearm down the floor, reach your left arm high. You can also be more upright. Gently fold forward, staying off any blocks that you had previously used. Bend into that left knee. Place both hands on the floor. Now if you stepped your foot further, it's going to be a little more challenging, but you got it. Sweep that left leg back, coming back to that tripod. At any point in time, you're able to lower that left knee if you'd like, or hold it lifted, lowering down. Slow and controlled, use those abs, use those arms. Inhale, lengthen. Let's come on back to a child's pose. Sinking your hips in towards your heels. Find your fingertips out long. Knees fall to the sides of the mat. Maybe just gently rocking your forehead from side to side. Gently rise back up. Coming to the tabletop. We're going to find Vinyasa or yogi squat. Option to have a seat on one or two blocks if you'd like. Coming back just to where we started. We were in an easy pose to begin with. Oh, did you guys hear my knees there? Promise it doesn't hurt. Just where we started, an easy pose, opening up our hips. We want to come back and come back to opening up our hips. So again, you can have a seat on one block, struggling this morning, or you can have a seat on two blocks if you'd like. Your toes are turned out. You want to walk your feet wider than your hips, opening up your chest. If you want, you can bring your elbows down, pressing open your knees if that feels comfortable for you. Again, you can stay on blocks. You can also remove the blocks. You're welcome to stay here. If you want to reach your right hand down, left arm up, opening up your chest. You can come into a half bind, drawing that left hand behind towards your right hip. If you can come into a full bind, you can also grab your fingertips under your right thigh and behind your right hip. Move back through center. Bring your hands to heart center. Come back to your breath. Bring your left hand down, right arm high. Same options here. You can come into a half bind, drawing your right hand behind your left hip. You can come into a full bind by grabbing with your left hand under your left thigh. From here, we're going to go ahead and have a seat, lowering your left or right hip. We're going to grab a block. Feet are bent, hip width apart and parallel, block between your palms. We're going to roll back, slow and controlled. One vertebrae at a time. Think the slower, the better. Try to keep your feet grounded into the floor. Reach that block over your shoulders. Tap that block overhead. We're going to roll up one more time. Use those upper abs. Try not to use momentum. Rolling up, slow and controlled. Ooh. There you go. All right, from here, roll back just a tad. Hover those feet. We're going to draw a figure 8 over and under our feet with the block. You can also lay back and draw it with the block or hover, just like a C-sit. Alternating, just like a little bicycle, lifting one leg, gently lower the other without tapping the floor. That's it. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently roll back. Put the block off to the side. Draw your knees into your chest. Put yourself into a tight ball. You can grab shins. You can grab back side of your thighs. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Gently draw the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling, keeping your knees in towards your chest, grabbing the outer knife edge, or continuing to hold the back side of your thighs for happy baby. You can roll side to side if that feels comfortable. If you'd like to come into ninja baby, you can extend one leg. And of course, what you do on one side, just repeat on the other. Welcome to come into a wide leg straddle. Draw the soles of your feet to touch, butterflying your knees open. All of these movements with your lower back glued to the floor. Just gazing up towards the sun, relaxing your neck. Come back to your happy baby. Release your left leg long. So keeping your right leg in, just as if you were doing a half happy baby. Left leg is long. Maybe letting that left leg hover. Maybe as time progresses, your heel taps the floor, maybe your calf. From here, gently draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder, holding your rib cage. Flex your left toes, press your left calf in towards the floor. Circle out your right ankle, point flex. If you'd like a more active stretch here, You can tuck your chin to your chest and hover your left leg, still continuing to point and flex your right leg, whether you're hovering or just gently relax on the floor. Gently release your shoulders and your left leg if you have them lifted. With your left hand, gently guide your right knee over to the left side of your body. Supine twist. Maybe your back snaps, crackles, and pops like mine just did. You can look over your right shoulder. You can extend your right arm long. You can also bend your elbow coming into a cactus, opening up your chest a little bit more. You can extend your right leg if you'd like. Hold it here for one more breath. Gently come back to the center. Draw your right knee back in towards your right shoulder. Circle out your right ankle. Release the right sole of your foot to the inside of your left thigh. So we're coming into reclined tree, laying on your back. You can release your palms down by your side. Don't worry, I didn't forget the other side. Coming into reclined tree here, palms facing up. You can cactus your arms. You can reach your arms overhead. Anything that feels comfortable for you today in this position. Just letting that right knee fall open. Gently release your right foot. Extend it out long. Draw your knees into your chest. Put yourself into a tiny ball. Grabbing your shins or your thighs. Maybe rolling side to side. If you like, you can roll forwards and backwards. Nice little spinal stretch here. Continue to hold that body to your shins, the backside of your thighs. Release your neck and shoulders to the floor. Keep those knees in towards your shoulders, extend your legs up towards the ceiling, grabbing the outer knife edge, or continuing to hold your thighs. Coming into happy baby. Maybe rolling side to side. Like happy baby is one of the most underrated yoga poses. So many benefits with this. Really sealing your lower back in towards the floor. Just resting your neck. Back to center. Keeping the bind with your left hand. Extend your right leg long. Your right leg can hover the floor. You can also tap the floor. Taking note of how the right leg is slightly different than the right maybe. Maybe over time progresses, your heel, calf, or thigh will touch the floor. You're still in happy baby, half happy baby. With your right leg still long, draw that left knee in towards your left shoulder, avoiding the rib cage. Gently circle out your left ankle, point flex. If you like to do an active stretch, and if you did it on the other side, you can tuck your chin to your chest. Flex your right toes, hover your right leg. Still pointing, flexing, circling out that left ankle. Release your right leg down, release your shoulders down. With your right hand, gently guide your left knee across the right side of your body. Shoulder. Maybe releasing your left cheek or ear over to the left side, or just continuing to keep your gaze forward. You can extend your left arm long. You can bend your elbow, just like a half cactus. Wherever you are, hold it for 2 more breaths. Gently come back to center. Draw that left knee back in towards your left shoulder. Release that left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Coming into reclined tree and just letting that left hip, that left knee open, over to the left side. By your side, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Cactus, overhead, anything that's comfortable for you. So I'm going to gently extend your left leg long. Walk the soles of your feet in towards your hips, palms facing down by your sides. Do a few hip lifts. Bridges, lifting your hips, shoulders, squeeze your glutes. Gently lower down. 2 more times. Lift your hips high. Once more. Hips lift high. Maybe try binding your hands under your hips. You can walk your shoulders in. Pressing your hips even higher. Have your hands binded, gently release the bind. Tuck your chin to your chest and roll down slowly. From here, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Point, flex, circle out your right ankle. Hold your right foot flexed. Bend your right knee, bringing your right ankle on the top of your left thigh. Flexing your right foot to protect your right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Coming into that bridge once more. Gently lower down. Once your hips tap the floor, gently release your right knee over to the right side. Come back through center. Drop your hips over to the left side. One more time in each direction. Knees and hips over to the right. They do not have to come in contact with the floor. Through center. Over to the left. Back through center. Inhale, lengthen, reach your right leg high. Point your toes. Lower and lift for 3. 2. Pressing that left foot in towards the floor. And 3. Right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee, release your right knee, right foot to the floor. Inhale, and give me 1 bridge. Slowly and gently lower down. Watch your hips tap the floor, gently lift your left leg high. Point, flex, maybe circle out that left ankle. Ankle work today as we were kneeling majority of the time. Continue to hold your left foot flexed. Bend your left knee, drawing your left ankle to the top of your right thigh. Continue to hold that left foot flexed to protect your left knee. And gently allow your knees to fall over to the left side. Come back through center, over to the right. Back through center. One more time each side. There. Once your hips are glued to the floor, inhale and lift your left leg high. Point your toes lower and lift for 3. And lift. That's 2. 1 more. Reach your left leg high, gently lower your left foot down to the floor. Walk your heels a little bit closer in towards your glutes. Grab a block, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips high. On its lowest setting, place that block underneath your hips and just allowing your hips to fall onto the block. Holding here and breathing, just noticing how that feels. What sensations are you feeling all throughout your body as your organs fall towards the crown of your head with your hips lifted? Gently release one leg at a time up towards the ceiling, legs up the wall. You can also extend your arms up towards the ceiling, maybe point, flex, circle out your wrist and ankles. Again, everything moving all class. Gently bend your knees, lowering your feet to the floor. Release your hands by your side. From here, you can extend one leg at a time. Seeing how that feels out long, drawing your heel in towards the floor. You can also release both legs out long. Still with your hips on that block. And of course, if that block becomes uncomfortable at any time, you can always set it off to the side. Gently holding here and breathing. And just noticing how that feels today in your body. At any time, you can set that block off to the side. We're going to find Savasana now. So again, with the block, you can keep it under your hips. You can place it under your knees. You're welcome to place it under your heels, allowing your heels to rest in towards the earth, toes fall open, hands by your side. You can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Cactus, anything that's a comfortable position for you today. Taking in all your hard work. Fingers between your toes. So with your eyes closed, and drawing your knees in towards your chest if you have that block, planting your feet on the floor, lifting your hips, setting that block off to the side, and then drawing your knees in towards your chest. Gently rock to the left or right side. And gently pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Rock side to side to allow my sit bones to be comfortable in towards the floor. So with your eyes closed, inhale, lengthen, keep your arms up high overhead. Exhale, lift your gaze, cactus your arms, put your fingertips wide. And your arms overhead. Gently bend your elbows, lift your gaze. Gaze comes forward, arms overhead. Then flutter your eyes open. Gently release your left hand to your right knee, releasing your right hand behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you twist over your right shoulder. Overhead. Exhale, release your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen. Prime your head towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Happy centered. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you all so much for allowing me to share my practice with you each and every week. I hope you all have a lovely, fantastic weekend ahead. Namaste.